Okay, when we left the last time, I showed you how to fold the 4 square paper, and we ended with it looking like this with the 4 squares and the diamond in the middle. So what I want to do today is show you how to set it up so that we can actually start writing on it. So what I want you to do is close it like a book, like so. And the first thing we're going to do is put your name up in the upper right-hand corner. And then what we're going to do is draw on this little line that's already made so cleverly by your fold. Make something that looks like that, like a gigantic arrow, and write the word prompt. So whatever prompt the AZ Merit gives you, or Galileo gives you, or I give you, we're going to write on this line right here. So let's just imagine the prompt today is write, or what is the worst thing about the pandemic. Let's just pretend that's going to be our prompt today. So this is actually an opinion. So what that's going to be is a persuasive essay that you're going to write. All right, so we've set up the outside. We've got your name with the prompt arrow pointing to what the actual prompt is going to be. Then I need you to open it up. So this is where we're going to actually put your writing. So in other classes, you might have learned that you have to come up with an organizer, and then you have to come up with a rough draft, and then you have to come up with a final draft. This will actually take one of those steps out. This is going to be your organizer, but it's also going to be your rough draft. So what I'd like you to do is make sure that you have a couple different colors of pen, because you're going to be doing some editing and revising in this. And so it should be ugly. It should be as ugly as possible. It should not be all pretty, because it's just a rough draft, and rough means not pretty. So what we're going to do is number these so that you know what to do in each of the boxes. So the first box is the one that's in the middle. Let's get a pretty color here. Let's go with orange. So you can draw your lines if you want. You can color over these and make them stand out if you like. Don't have to do that, but a lot of students have done that just so it stands out a little bit better. Draw your lines on the fold. All right, so we're always going to start with the box in the middle. That's your diamond. That's going to be box number 1. Make sure you put a number 1, because a lot of kids, when they start taking it from here, typing it onto a document, they start up here. When that's not that's going to get you in the middle of your paper. So number 1 is where you put your introduction. And as you've learned in 6th grade and probably 5th grade as well, you have to have at least 3 supporting paragraphs to go with this. So your introduction is going to go in the middle, and then box number 2 is going to be a supporting detail. And box number 3 is going to be another supporting detail. And box number 4 is going to be your third supporting detail. So you don't have to write these titles each time you do a 4-square. You just have to remember that that's what's supposed to go in those boxes. And then finally, box number 5, you're going to wrap it up, and this is going to be your conclusion to your paper. All right, so initially what we'll start doing this year is we're going to make a paragraph. We're going to use this for a paragraph. So your introductory sentence, a sentence, another sentence, another sentence, and finally a conclusion. But as we move through the year, what we're going to do is actually use this to build an entire paper. And you're probably going to have to use bigger paper for that. If you run out of room, I've had students say, well, what if I want to put like 4 or 5 supporting details? Where do you think you could possibly do that? You could turn it over. You've got at least another couple boxes here that you could squeeze those in, and you can use other sheets of paper. So I always use the white paper because it's easier to write on, but it doesn't have to be white. If you don't have white paper in your house, that's fine. Use a piece of lined paper. Use a paper towel if you want. Use a old paper bag. Anything that you can fold and make into a 4-square. That's what we're going to use this year for every single paper we do. It'll be so much of a habit by the time you get to testing. It'll be easy for you to put together your paper. So that's how you set up your 4-square.